Hello everybody, Weston-Super Mare. I got the date wrong there. No, that's the 3rd of the 8th. On the sand dunes, testing the Clypso, which I rebuilt. There's John, my mate. When we got there, the earnest that he borrows off of me fits the Clypso, so he was first in the air. Never had the camera on the back, but I filmed him from the ground, and he kept shouting down, flying nice. So I was well happy. He had 2 goes on it, John, today. Glider looked nice in the air. See that? I nearly got another dot on my camera. No, I did that before. I thought it was a sunburnt lens, but it wasn't. Anyway, the Calypso. Yeah, as I say, John will fly anything. He's a brilliant pilot. He don't even check the glider. He assumes I've done it, and trust me, he never wears a helmet. Mind you, he's never had a crash all the years he's been flying, so he mainly flies dunes. He loves dunes. But he tested it for me before I even got on it. Everything was tuned right, all the bolts, nuts, wires have all been replaced. It's a nice glider. I found one little patch I missed when I patched her. Yeah, I never thought when John come in to land, I didn't think to get his landing with the Steele's camera. Well, you don't know when he's coming in. Here we are now. This is what it's like now. The sand dunes have been out of the way. This is what it's like to climb back up. This is the full walk. It isn't too bad. We've sort of got used to it now, and if you turn the glider and go up sideways, you can actually walk up, and as you'll see, it won't take long. If you take note, John likes to be on the right hand side as we're looking at it, and me on the left, because as we go up, I walk through all the stinger nails. You note John got bare legs. But here you go, that's not long enough. That's how long it takes to get to the top. 2 of you is not bad. I'm yet to try this technique on my own. You know, out of wind it would be awkward. But it doesn't take long to get up there, and it's worth it for the sort of flying you get. It's really nice flying. That's it, glider down, get clipped in, ready to go. I will add, I have, since John flew it just now, we have now added a length for my hang point to be hanging right. At this time I felt a little bit high, but in actual flight it was perfect. So we have done all the checks that I need to do, same as we did John ground checks before he flew. See me collie, can't wait to go. Well, there we go, we don't hang about, straight off. It side to side there on takeoff, but the air isn't exactly smooth. Now believe it or not, the wind is spot on the hill. This is a very rare occasion to have it spot on the dunes, but as you can see, the air still isn't smooth. But within the first 10 seconds of the glider being in the air, you know it's going to fly okay. Apart from John's already flew it, obviously. Now, I did note I'm a little bit too light for it. A couple of times I had the wing, I had to fight to get it down, but it's not a problem because well, it's not a problem. It does it on the other glider, on the Skyhook. I'm just outweighted for most gliders I fly. It turns out this is a large one, so it is okay. I haven't wasted my time doing it up. But as I say, the sand dunes are always great fun to fly. That's Breen Down out the front there. Normally when the wind's coming over Breen Down, the dunes do get rough then. But you can see, even coming off the sea, it's not exactly smooth. But nice flying, there's nothing going to harm you. Yeah, there's a nice lump then, have me. But it is good. It ain't no there's a collie underneath me. I flew up and down anyway. I sort of wanted to really get to know the glider. She felt, it was funny because she felt stiff. She didn't want to turn until I pushed out. But at this time I didn't realise why, but later in the film I'll get to tell you why. I've done all nice turns, left, right, felt exactly the same. I flew hands off, she flew in a straight line. I pulled on in turns, I pulled on in straight. Then I faced in the wind, as you'll see now. She sat faced in the wind. I've got hold the bar still, but basically I'm sort of letting her do her own thing in a minute. And at this point now I realised how much I had to push out to stall her. Not that I stalled her. Yeah, pull on the bar. The pressure increases even in the turn. She felt that she was doing everything she should do. Pull on, she wants to pull out. Push out, she wants to pull in. Everything's tuning on her is spot on. So I've done a few lengths of the ridge. I've done it a lot quicker on this than what I do on the skyhook. But that's western end now. The sand dunes in all are about, I suppose, half a mile long. So it's a nice run all the way the whole length. Normally if the wind was coming off the dunes, we'd take off at the other up end and we'd do most of our flying down this end to get away from the effect of the turbulence, but not a problem. And today, as I say, the whole range of the dunes is exactly the same. Yeah, I was outweighted at times, so I now know I don't need to measure the glider. She's definitely the right size that I need. The hang points, the length I'm hanging at now, I've decided is perfect, but I do need to change the 2 hang points over. I thought, I've been flying around and I remember somebody saying to me, the trouble with these gliders from the factory, they're tuned to fly too slow. And I'm flying around thinking, well, I don't know where that comes from, because this thing is flying fast at hands off and a hell of a lot of push out. Yeah, turn, dive down on the beach and recover. She does it great. But yeah, so I'm thinking she's flying fast. You know, it's a shame because I do like to fly on the stall. But when I landed and we checked the hang point, I noticed that the right hang point, which I was trying to hook into originally, and is on the slowest setting on the glider, back as far as it can go, I was hanging on. Then there was a red one which was longer. Yeah, the wind on top was about 25 mile an hour, by the way, so no trouble staying up. But it turned out once I added the carabiner onto the white one to extend my length, and still clipped in the red one as well, obviously, then I'm clipped on the end of the carabiner. It now turns out that all my weight is now going onto the red line, not the white line. So in actual fact I was flying on the red one, which was in the fastest position for the glider. So when I change the 2 over now, hopefully she will fly near the stall. My collie, as I say, Lyra, she's underneath me all the time. But as I was saying, because she was flying fast, every time I wanted to turn, it was as if she didn't want to turn. But the minute I put my weight to one side and pushed out on the bar, whoa, around she'd go. So that's a combination of flying on the fast setting, a bit like putting on speed and making the thing want to go in a straight line and resist the turning. But as long as you're aware of it, you just do the pushing out. It's not. It can seem funny though. I've got it on an old flexiform glider. It is knackered. The cell was built wrong. We believe it was a prototype. And the only way you can turn it, you can weight shift all you want, nothing Latin. But you're in straight flight and you got to push out on the bar to get her to go round. And it seems funny. Weight to one side and push out on the bar. Poles on the beach. Now normally with the old Cherokee and the single surface gliders, we wouldn't go into the cell guys' territory. We'd land this side the poles. But with this, I'm thinking, what if it wants to float on? I'm not going to fly her again today. Now, not on the beach, I've had enough. John will fly her again, I expect. But all I want to do now is get her on a big site, and I want to make sure I don't whack her into those posts. So I opt to land out the front. John did as well, by the way. Yeah, she's checked out now and ready to fly. No more beach flying for this bird. So keep your eyes open now. The next time you see this glider, it'll be on top of some of the bigger sites, and hopefully have her flying slower and see how she's going to do with the thermals. Yeah, but pull on, push out, and it all felt fantastic. It's always nice diving at the punters as well. Jason loves doing this, but Jason would do it with his Jason Board, that is. He'd do it with his wingtip actually touching the grass there. Me and John thinks he's crazy, but he's a good pilot. Anyway, I must get this landing over and done with. That's all that remains now. Glider's definitely flying okay, and I feel okay with it. I feel a bit outweighted on it, as I say, but to me that's no different to what I used to be on a cloud base. Yeah, all that's coastal is not necessarily smooth. As some people say, they think doom gooning is smooth. It might be if you're flying in Australia with 100% perfect wind coming off the sea, but this is Britain. And this is Britain. Anyway, come on Pete, get this landing in. Right now, because there's still 10 mile an hour or so on the beach, the tiptoe landing is going to be easy. But I try to time the flare so as it'll give me some idea what she's going to be like in nil wind. And I think she'll be perfect. If you imagine the final flare on this, it'll be done hard at about 10 or 12 mile an hour. With her now, she just stopped there before it really flares hard. But you'll see it's a progressive flare. So it's not one of these save your neck last minute things. It's progressive, progressive, progressive. And she went all the way down. Now if she'll go like that all the way down to 10 mile an hour, if she does need a final flare at 10 mile an hour, I'm not going to be worrying about it. Yeah, bit of gutter now. John, we went straight back up the hill for John, because the camera was still running. But it's a bit of a gutter really. Every time John flies my gliders, he never has the camera on the back. Either he takes off before he put it on, or it's packed up by the time he lands. Today we thought it might have done it. I had enough on the curb, but it never. Not the batteries. The batteries ran out, not the SD card. The SD card's massive in this camera. It'll go on for hours. But there's John. John has some nice flying on it. He kept getting tempted to do 360s. As you can see, you get quite a bit of height. You feed the bar out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Me and John did. And she's ready to fly on the big sights. Petethewrist out for now. Thank you all.